This is the brand new Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and this is my janky YouTube recording setup inside of my hotel room in San Jose, California. So Samsung was kind enough to invite me out to Galaxy Unpacked here in San Jose, which is actually tomorrow. So today's January 16th, Unpacked is tomorrow on the 17th, and I'm gonna try to record this video tonight so that I can have it ready to post in the morning for you guys, so hopefully we get this done. But yeah, check out my janky YouTube setup right here. We got my camera on a mini tripod that's on a hotel little side table, and then we're being lit by this hotel lamp, along with this little aperture light that I'm diffusing with this hotel curtain. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't look too bad. But anyways, Samsung was also kind enough to give me a sneak peek at their brand new S24, S24 Plus, and S24 Ultra. So let's check out what's new. Now I'm gonna primarily focus on the S24 Ultra here, and I'm only gonna go through what's new. I'm not gonna go through like every detailed spec, but just kind of the main bullet points that you probably care about the most. So let's roll. Now first up, we have the physical design of the S24 Ultra, which does now have a titanium frame around the outside. We do also now have a flat screen instead of slightly curved like we did before. I don't know if you guys think that's a good thing or a bad thing. The screen also does have slightly thinner bezels, along with having completely uniform bezels, which is nice. And going along with the screen, it does now get 40% brighter with a peak brightness of 2,600 nits. Now the device is of course running on the brand new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, although they're calling it the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy, which essentially I think means that they overclocked it to make it a little bit better than it usually is. Now this next thing is actually a little bit controversial, and it came up in pretty much all of the leaks. And yes, it is true that Samsung now dropped their 10 times optical zoom lens and switched to 5 times, which at first sounds kind of weird. Like, why would they downgrade their telephoto lens? But they actually upgraded it from 10 megapixels up to now 50 megapixels, which should hopefully more than make up for the lost optical zoom. But we'll have to actually test that out. I will be getting review units tomorrow, so stay tuned, and I'll be posting some content with the actual devices in hand. Now on the inside of the phone, they did also upgrade the vapor chamber for better cooling. Now I think my S23 Ultra already did pretty good with cooling, but if we can get even better, then hey, that's great. Now what's probably the main highlight topic of the Galaxy S24 devices is what Samsung is calling Galaxy AI, and this is something that they've been teasing in like their promo stuff before Galaxy Unpacked. Now probably the main one is this new thing called Circle to Search, where you can just long press on the home button area, and then it'll allow you to just circle anywhere on the screen, and it'll search for that. So it's just like a really smart, like intuitive, quick way to search for things on your screen. Like, I don't know, say you see a picture of some food and you don't know what kind of food it is. Well, you can just circle to search, and then it'll bring results and hopefully tell you what food that is. Now, probably my favorite thing with Galaxy AI is this feature where you can create slow motion videos out of videos that are not slow motion. It's kind of crazy. So it can actually make it up to 4 times as slow. So say you have a 30 frame per second video, it turns it into 120 frames per second, which you're like, how can they just make extra frames? Like, isn't that impossible? Well, what they do is, I guess they use AI to generate frames in between your actual frame. So like, say you have a frame here and a frame here, it just generates frames in between to have more frames, and then it turns it into slow motion. Now we also have a couple things that they definitely took some inspiration from Google for. So yeah, you can now kind of have a magic editor like the Pixel has, and you can circle something and then move it in the picture, and it'll like automatically generatively fill the area that's missing. And we do also have quite a bit of translation stuff, so you can now actually have live translate on phone calls. And so I tested this, and essentially, say you call somebody and they don't speak your language, it'll wait for them to talk, and then it'll, you know, transcribe that and then speak it back to you in your language, and then vice versa. So you can actually have a conversation with somebody if they don't speak your language. And I do believe this does also work in person. I don't think it has to be on a phone call. I think it'll also just do it if you have somebody in front of you talking to you. But there is also the ability to translate text inside of different apps. So like in your messaging app, it can translate it. In your notes app, I believe it can translate it. I think it can also do it in like email. So yeah, lots of translating going on here. But anyways, those are kind of like the main bullet points for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Although I will say with the regular Galaxy S24, I'm really liking the design. They now have like this matte rails around the outside. It's not titanium on the base model, but it's matte and it's kind of like flat. I don't know. It feels really nice to hold, and it just like looks really premium. So yeah, I'm low-key thinking of switching to the base model S24 for a little bit, just to see what like a premium kind of smaller phone experience is like. But yeah, anyways, like I said, I will be getting my review units tomorrow after Galaxy Unpacked. So stay tuned for some more content about those devices. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this was informative, and yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.